Welcome to How to Play Horus Heresy 3rd Edition. In this video, we are going to explain and discuss the Mortificator of the Legiones Astartes. Only in death does duty end. This is the mantra that the Legiones Astartes lived by prior to the galaxy-shattering outbreak of the Horus Heresy. Service to the Emperor and the Imperium was a Space Marine's identity, gene-coded and hypno-indoctrinated into the legions of transhuman warriors that made up his armies. Only in death does duty end, and even then, death is no guarantee of release from service. Warriors of the legions near the point of death, ruined beyond any capacity of fighting once more, would often find their lives prolonged by interment within the life-giving sarcophagi of Dreadnoughts, huge bipedal war engines layered in adamantium armour and bearing the heaviest of weapons. This form of eternal life would see the warrior return to battle, no longer a normal Astartes, but a living engine of wrath returned from death to once again lay low the enemies of mankind. Between battle, however, these honoured dead slumber in the vast sepulchres of legion vessels and holdfasts, and it is the duty of the Mortificators to watch over them. A subset of the Tech Marine Order, Mortificators care for, maintain, and when needed lead the Dreadnoughts of the Legion into battle. And now, with the outbreak of the heresy, more and more of these protectors of the dead must take to the field of battle, surrounded by the hulking metal behemoths they are charged to watch over.
If you are looking for other videos on how to play the game, then you can find them all on the channel in a dedicated playlist. And if this video helps you, then please give it a like, consider sharing it with a fellow Heresy player, and let me know how you are enjoying the rules of the new edition. You could also consider joining the Hopeless Heresy Legion by subscribing and hitting the bell for more Horus Heresy goodness.
You can unlock a Mortificator for your army using a Command Force Organisation slot. A Mortificator with no upgrades or options costs 100 points. A Mortificator is a unique form of Tech Marine for your army and is very similar to the Forge Lord command option. Its stat line is very similar to most other console level models. It has a movement of 7, weapon skill and ballistic skill of 5, strength and toughness of 4, 3 wounds, 5 initiative, and 3 attacks. For advanced stats, it has a leadership and cool of 8, a fairly middling willpower of 7, but a high intelligence of 9. Finally, the Mortificator, much like his other console colleagues, has a 2+ saving throw and a 5+ invulnerable save. A standard Mortificator comes equipped with a bolt pistol, frag grenades, and crack grenades. He also comes equipped with 2 unique pieces of war gear, a Servo-Arm and his primary combat weapon, a Corposant Stave. He has the Allegiance and Legiones Astartes traits and is available to both Loyalist and Traitor Astartes armies. Much like his Tech Marine kindred, he has the Infantry Specialist subtype, meaning he can join friendly units. However, he importantly lacks the Command subtype, so cannot accept challenges or be used for Nuncio Vox checks. This will also affect the prime benefits he can be upgraded with. The one additional option a Mortificator has is his bolt pistol, which can be upgraded to one item from the Legion pistols list. He can have a plasma pistol, hand flamer, or Volkite Serpenta for +5 points, and he may also benefit from Legion specific pistols as well. Finally, the Mortificator has the special rule Battlesmith 2, allowing him to repair vehicles, automata, and walkers in the heat of battle, as well as remove troublesome statuses. Whilst the Mortificator's profile and war gear are already impressive, he also unlocks a unique detachment for Astartes armies. By selecting a Mortificator in one of your command slots, you can choose the unique Dreadnought Talon auxiliary detachment. For every one Mortificator you choose, you can unlock one Dreadnought Talon. The Dreadnought Talon auxiliary detachment is incredibly powerful, featuring 3 war engine slots. These slots come with a single stipulation. Each one can only be filled with a Contemptor Dreadnought. However, all the Contemptor's options and upgrades are available. Using all 3 slots allows you to field 3 Contemptor Dreadnoughts. Right off the bat, this is an incredible detachment. Whilst it lacks the flexibility of the core War Engine auxiliary detachment in that you may only choose Contemptors, it does allow you to unlock 3 Dreadnoughts immediately without needing to use any kind of logistical benefit or costly single slot detachments. Utilising this slot means you could take 3 very different Contemptors, all geared toward different roles. You could take a long-range anti-vehicle Contemptor armed with a pair of twin las cannons, a mid-range anti-infantry Contemptor armed with autocannons, havoc launchers and a plasma cannon, and a close combat Dreadnought armed with dual power fists and heavy flamers. Or you can really focus in and gear all Dreadnoughts to do the same thing. 3 dual plasma cannon and havoc launcher Dreadnoughts are likely to do very well in game, but is unlikely to make you many friends. The Dreadnought Talon detachment is simply an option though, and a Mortificator will be equally as beneficial to Dreadnoughts unlocked in other ways. In this way, he is a valid support option for Contemptors, Leviathans, Castroferums and Saturnine Dreadnoughts. Note that although the Mortificator is capable of joining other units thanks to his specialist subtype, he cannot join any of the Dreadnoughts from the Dreadnought Talon, or any other walker. You may want to consider giving him a bodyguard unit of infantry, or keeping him out of line of sight if he is charging up the battlefield solo. The Mortificator, however, isn't just a way to unlock a new detachment. He himself is very tooled up to both support your own Dreadnoughts and counter enemy ones too. His primary piece of war gear is the Servo-Arm. This is the standard mechanical aid carried by most tech priests, providing them with the tools and abilities needed to care for blessed machines. The Mortificator uses the Servo-Arm when utilising his special ability, Battlesmith 2. Battlesmith is an ability that allows a model to either repair a vehicle, walker or automata, replacing lost wounds or hull points up to the value of X, or it can remove a number of statuses from a vehicle, walker or automata up to the value of X. The Mortificator has Battlesmith 2, meaning normally he would be able to restore 2 hull points or wounds to a target model, or remove 2 statuses from a target model. However, the Servo-Arm gives the Mortificator an improved repair ability. It adds +1 to the number of hull points or wounds restored when using the repair option. So a Mortificator actually restores 3 hull points or wounds instead of 2. Note, the Servo-Arm does not affect the status removing ability of the Mortificator, which would remain at 2 statuses. Here is how to use the Mortificator's Battlesmith ability. Battlesmith is used in the player's move subphase and can be used either before or after the Mortificator makes a move. This means the Mortificator can move towards a model to repair it, or repair a model and then move elsewhere. Target a friendly model that is within 6 inches of the Mortificator. The target model should be a vehicle, an automata, or a walker subtype. Once the target model has been chosen, the Mortificator then needs to pass an intelligence test. This is done on 2d6, aiming to score equal to or under the Mortificator's intelligence stat. A Mortificator has an intelligence of 9. If the test is failed, then no further effect occurs and the move subphase proceeds as normal. If the test is passed, then the Mortificator can do one of the following. Repair. The Mortificator activates his Servo-Arm to seal damage and repair wounds to its target. The target model immediately regains 3 hull points or wounds up to its maximum. Restore. The Mortificator rewires or reprograms the target, making it combat effective once again. The target model may immediately remove up to 2 status effects it currently has. Note that passing the test only allows you to perform one of the previous actions. Using Battlesmith does not limit the actions a Mortificator can take afterward, or the target model, so both are free to shoot and assault as normal. Battlesmith can also be used by the Mortificator when he is locked in combat and when under the effect of a status. In this way, Mortificators are incredibly skilled at keeping their Dreadnought charges moving and in the fight for longer periods of time. The ability to also repair and restore vehicles and automata makes them a very attractive alternative to Tech Marines and Forge Lords, with the added benefit of the Dreadnought Talon. It is my movement phase, and I want my Mortificator to support one of my Dreadnoughts who is locked in combat. The ailing machine is taking a bit of a beating, and my Mortificator is going to go support it. First of all, I move my Mortificator toward the Dreadnought. I then declare to my opponent that I will use the Battlesmith ability. I measure the distance between the Mortificator and the Dreadnought, making sure I am within 6 inches of the Dreadnought. Next, my Mortificator will need to pass an intelligence test. Mortificators have an intelligence of 9, so to pass the test I would need to roll 2d6 and score 9 or under. I scored a 6, passing the test. Now my Mortificator can choose to either repair some of the Dreadnought's lost wounds or remove some tactical statuses if the Dreadnought had any. My Dreadnought has suffered 3 wounds in the combat, but does not have any status effects, so I choose to repair. Normally, Battlesmith 2 would allow me to restore 2 wounds up to the Dread's maximum, but as the Mortificator also has a Servo-Arm, this increases this by +1. This means my Mortificator actually repairs 3 wounds on the Dreadnought. My Dreadnought is back to full fighting strength. It can fight in the next combat round normally. As for my Mortificator, he is free to shoot at another unit in the shooting phase and even charge into combat if he chooses to. Using Battlesmith does not impede either unit in any way. Note that I could also have performed the Battlesmith ability before moving as well, and I could even have rushed and then used the Battlesmith ability if I wanted to. But Mortificators are not simply charged with the maintenance of their charges, but with the defense of them as well. This is where the Mortificator's key weapon comes into play, the Corposant Stave. Normally a weapon and tool reserved for those versed in the deep mysteries of the machine cult, a Corposant Stave is able to incapacitate a rampaging machine or vehicle with ease. The Corposant Stave is the Mortificator's primary melee weapon, and as such can only be used in close combat. It has no initiative modifier, so will strike at initiative step 5, and no attack modifier, so will use the Mortificator's base attack value of 3. It has a +1 strength modifier, so it gives the Mortificator a strength of 5 in close combat. It is also AP 3, so will bypass standard Astartes power armour easily, and it will deal 1 damage with each unsaved wound. Whilst the Stave does not immediately jump off the page like say a Thunderhammer or Lightning Claws would, it is in its core special rule that the Stave really shines. The Corposant Stave has the shocked, pinning, stunned, suppressed special rule. This rule comes into effect when the Mortificator is in close combat with either a vehicle or a walker. When performing your to hit rolls, any of the Mortificator's rolls which are a 5 or a 6 will immediately shock the target. After step 10 of the initiative step, remove casualties, the target model would immediately gain the pinned, stunned and suppressed tactical statuses in one go. Essentially, the target model can no longer move, no longer react, and all of its shooting attacks will now be made as snapshots. And as a bonus, it would also become Initiative 1 in future combat rounds as well. This gives the Mortificator a 1 in 3 chance to apply all 3 statuses to an enemy vehicle or walker in close combat. One thing to note is that you can never inflict additional hull points of damage using this special rule due to duplicate status results. Hitting an already pinned vehicle with the Corposant Stave would not double up the status and inflict a further hull point. This is absolutely huge and makes the Mortificator a huge threat to these model types. What's even better is the Mortificator does not need to wound or penetrate the armour of its target to trigger the effect, it simply needs to successfully hit the target with a roll of a 5 or a 6. In this way, a Mortificator can charge into a model it is unlikely to hurt, such as a Saturnine Dreadnought, or a model that it is impossible for it to hurt, such as a Heavy Knight or Land Raider, and so long as he can hit on a 5 or a 6, will lock up that model with all 3 tactical statuses. Sometimes you do not need to destroy an enemy model if you can simply make it vastly less effective. A Land Raider full of angry troops, or a Rampaging Knight or Dreadnought is a lot less intimidating when it cannot move, cannot react, and cannot shoot straight. This makes the Mortificator an interesting dual role model. On the one hand, it is quite defensive with its repair abilities, and would pair well with a trio of long-range Dreadnoughts sniping out opponents. But on the other hand, it can be used as an aggressive vehicle or walker hunter, maybe buddied up with 3 close combat Dreadnoughts. This allows you to be very flexible with how you use him. You can also choose to take your Mortificator in Terminator armour instead for some added toughness. Both the Tartaros and Cataphractii options with no further options or upgrades cost 120 points each. Naturally, the addition of Terminator armour boosts both the toughness and wounds of your Mortificator, as well as increasing its invulnerable save in the case of Cataphractii Terminator armour. The Cataphractii option also gains the heavy subtype and lowers its movement value. Both options would come with a combi bolter as standard, which can be upgraded to a weapon from the Standard and Legion combi weapon list, or a Volkite charger. Importantly, the Mortificator in Terminator armour would retain the Servo-Arm, Battlesmith rule and Corposant Stave from the base version, so would function almost identically to the standard version. Note that there is no mounted or jump pack variant of the Mortificator, such high speed frivolities being beneath them. The Mortificator is a fantastic unit with a lot of utility. Not only is he himself a powerful model with the ability to Battlesmith friendly units and severely hamper enemy ones thanks to his Corposant Stave, but the Dreadnought Talon is a fantastic detachment for unlocking some real lumbering hard hitters for your army. And that is the Mortificator. Shout out in the comments below what units from the game you would like to see covered in a future video, and as ever, thank you very much for watching.